Agricultural monolith. We begin with the forgotten waste of the harvest, ready to be dismantled and reborn in the heart of the machine.
Heavy extraction, moving the massive, waterlocked weight of the plantation into the belly of the industrial titan.
The first purification. Stripping away the earth to reveal the high-density fiber hidden beneath the watery sheath.
Total fragmentation. Breaking the stem's structural integrity to access the golden fiber within. Industrial standardization. In this factory, only the uniform survived the journey to the forge.
The internal reveal. Dismantling nature's design to harness its molecular strength.
The first crush. Eliminating 90% of the water weight to concentrate the raw power of the plant. Hydraulic dominance. The plant surrenders its moisture to the iron will of the factory. The extraction of the essence. Reclaiming every drop of organic liquid for biofuel processing.
The scale of the upcycle. A landscape of green waste moving toward a high-value destination. Digital interrogation. Every inch of the organic matter is measured by the cold gaze of the machine. Precision refining. Only the high-tensile fibers are selected for the final extraction strike.
Guarding the grain. Protecting the high-speed blades from the contamination of the field. The geometric lock. Creating the perfect feed for the high-speed extraction turbines. The zero-waste loop. In the factory of the future, even the scrap is a resource. The bundling of the fiber. Preparing the layers for their descent into the thermal chamber.
The vibration of industry. The machine is hungry for the harvest. Heavy logistics. The first stage of the banana transformation is complete. Initial stabilization. Balancing the surface tension before the trial of the blade. The architecture of the upcycle. 100 meters of engineering to conquer a single plant.
The inventory of the Titan. The raw harvest waits for its mechanical evolution.
The human mind. Directing the symphony of the slicer with digital precision. The lifeblood of the Titan. The energy required to break the organic monolith.
The fragmentation is done. Are you ready for the decorticator strike? Subscribe and like for phase 2.
The agricultural monolith has been broken. The fiber extraction is next.
Phase 2, the decortication strike. We unleash the fury of the raspador to
The feed, forcing the organic monolith into the mechanical forge, where waste becomes a weaponized material.
The scrape. 3,000 revolutions per minute to peel away the useless pulp and reach the high-tensile heart of the stem. Molecular separation. We don't just cut. We extract the biological essence of the banana plant with industrial force. The purge. Eliminating 80% of the plant's mass to leave only the pure, high-strength fiber strands.
The symphony of extraction. 10 machines, one goal. The production of the world's most sustainable high-tech fiber.
the birth of the silk. Raw, rugged, and ready to be transformed into the textiles of the future.
The kinetic strike. Using raw physics to dry and define the fiber in a single millisecond of impact.
Liquid gold. Nothing is lost. Every drop of the plant's lifeblood is reclaimed for bio-industrial use.
Refined dominance. A dual-stage assault to ensure zero impurity in the final golden strand.
Maximum velocity. Harnessing the power of the turbine to achieve the ultimate extraction grade.
A landscape of silk. The agricultural waste has been conquered. The industrial material has been born.
Zero landfill. We turn the byproduct of the strike into the fuel for the next generation of growth.
Stronger than cotton, lighter than hemp. This is the new standard of organic engineering.
The chemical-free wash. Pure water, high pressure, total purity.
The order of strength. Aligning the molecules to prepare the fiber for the thermal forge. The polish. Removing the last organic traces to reveal the brilliant cream color of the premium grade. The whirlwind. Using centrifugal force to shed the weight of the water before the drying tunnel.
Heavy lifting. The mass of the plant is gone. Only the value remains.
The aesthetic of Teth. Nature's waste, refined by the power of the machine.
The final drain. Preparing the fiber for its trial by heat.
The breath of the Titan. Energy in motion, waste in transition.
Digital grading. AI surveillance to ensure only the top-tier fiber reaches the global market. The maintenance of power. Friction is the enemy. Precision is the cure.
Scale, speed, sustainability. This is the high-tech banana revolution.
The extraction is a success, but can it survive the thermal purification? Subscribe and like for Phase 3.
Phase 3, the thermal purification. We subject the raw silk to a trial of steam and the submersion, using high-frequency sound waves and thermal energy to dissolve the natural resins that hold the fiber in a biological grip.
The pressure purge, rinsing away every trace of organic debris to ensure a clinical level of purity in every single strand.
Molecular cleaning. At the microscopic level, we are stripping the lignin to reveal the high-tenacity core of the banana silk.
Eco-industrial synergy, a chemical-free process that reclaims every drop of water while maximizing the purification of the monolith.
The stretch of strength. Locking the fibers into a parallel grid to preserve the structural integrity of the organic polymer. Controlled energy. Harnessing the power of high-pressure steam to prepare the fibers for the turbo-drying tunnels. The mechanical shed. Removing the bulk of the moisture before the fiber enters the heart of the thermal forge. Entering the forge. A trial of heat and air to stabilize the fiber for a lifetime of use.
Vortex drying. Ensuring that every single strand in the bundle is touched to the heat, leaving zero damp spots.
The landscape of heat. Transforming a mountain of wet waste into a desert of golden, high-tech fiber.
Digital vigilance. Our sensors see what the human eye cannot, ensuring the fiber is cured to a perfect 8% moisture.
The aesthetic shift. This is the moment biology becomes luxury. The birth of the golden banana silk.
Atmospheric control. Managing the environment to create the perfect climate for high-tech material production.
The cool down. Stabilizing the molecular bond after the heat, locking in the strength of the monolith.
The precision of the forge. In our world, temperature is the difference between perfection and failure.
The weightless transformation. Removing 90% of the weight to reveal the pure, feather-light strength of the refined silk. The gentle touch. Handling the refined product with the care that a high-value material deserves.
Maximum efficiency. No calorie of heat is wasted in the high-tech cycle of the banana monolith.
Final conditioning. Bringing the fiber back to Earth after its journey through the fire. Powering the purification. The energy required to redefine the possibilities of agricultural waste. Visual grading. Ensuring that every batch meets the premium aesthetic standards of the global textile market.
The silent force. Using sound to clean what chemicals could never touch.
The vault of purity. The fibers are now purified, dried, and ready for their final high-tech refinement.
The seal of quality. Phase 3 is complete. The fiber is no longer a plant.
It is a product. Seamless, sustainable, sophisticated. This is the purification of the future.
The purification is a triumph, but is it ready for the global market? Subscribe and like for the final day.
Phase 4, the final refinement. We take the purified monolith and subject it to the precision of the needle,
The birth of the sliver. Converting the raw mass into a continuous stream of high-tech textile potential.
total refinement, eliminating the weak to ensure that only the strongest, longest fibers move toward the global market.
The finishing touch. Applying a molecular shield to enhance the softness and prevent breakage during high-speed spinning.
Geometric consistency. Every millimeter of the sliver is audited for weight and density to ensure a zero-defect product.
The tensile audit, confirming the structural power of the monolith before it enters the high-density bale.
The rhythmic coil, organizing the silk for the final transition into the global supply chain.
Aerodynamic flow, harnessing the vacuum to move the refined silk without a single touch of the human hand.
The final crush, using 50 tons of pressure to lock the value of the plantation into a compact industrial unit.
The export monolith, 200 kilograms of sustainable luxury, ready to conquer the international textile markets.
The landscape of wealth, a massive inventory of upcycled waste, now worth more than the fruit itself. The digital signature. Every bale carries the DNA of the high-tech factory and the promise of absolute quality.
The golden standard. This is the visual proof of the high-tech revolution in agricultural upcycling.
The final century. No bale leaves the floor without the digital seal of perfection. Autonomous logistics. The pulse of the factory extends to the very edge of the loading dock.
The weight of the future, shipping the solution to the world's textile crisis in every single load. The elevation, taking the waste of the earth and lifting it to the global stage.
Connecting the plantation to the planet. The final link in the industrial chain is secured.
Command and control, managing the global distribution of the banana monolith from a single digital hub.
The journey begins. From the heart of the high-tech factory to the world's most iconic fashion houses.
The production record, breaking the limits of what was once considered impossible.
Mission is complete. The banana monolith has been delivered.
Inside the high-tech banana factory. You've never seen anything like this. Until now.
The project is a success. The world is now wearing the future. Thank you for joining the revolution. Subscribe to the next Industrial Titan.